Welcome to the NDE World Podcast, where we explore the magical, mystical, and spiritual world of near-death experiences. And now, Ashton Lewis and Daphne Lynn.
Welcome to the NDE World Podcast. I am your host, Ashton Lewis. I have with me in the studio today the lovely hostess, Miss Daphne Lynn. Hello, Daphne Lynn.
Hello. How are you? And how is everyone out there in NDE World land?
Good. I hope everyone's feeling as good as I am. I'm just, it's another day to be able to share, another day to be able to learn, another day to be able to give, another day to be able to grow. I mean, we can count the blessings,
Oh,
and that's the key.
Mm-hmm.
The attitude of gratitude. Count the blessings,
Yes.
So, but I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How about you? How's things going? And
Couldn't be better.
I'm glad you came out to the studio today and do this podcast with us as always, because I can't do this without you. It really makes a big difference to have you here and, share your knowledge and things like that. So thank you for coming out.
And I couldn't do it without you. So we got a good balancing act going on.
There you go. Okay, well, welcome to the NDE World, guys. This is the podcast where we cover near-death experiences and afterlife and all kind of supernatural phenomena, and it's really super awesome, cool stuff. In fact, for more information, don't forget to, if you like, maybe go ahead and visit our website at nde.world, and that's
NDE.world.
Yes, absolutely. And those who are here for the first time, welcome, and those who are returning, welcome back. Without further ado, Miss Daphne's got something to say.
I was just going to say, welcome, and we love and appreciate and thank each and every one of you. I pray that these episodes bring love and enlightenment and joy and peace to your world.
Yes, and open up your mind to deeper realities.
Yes, deeper truths, the true wisdom of the world around us.
Gets deep.
Put your boots on, y'all.
Y'all put your boots on. Gonna get deep.
Well, let's go ahead and jump right into the actual question of the day. And for those of you who are here for the first time, this is actually a continuation of a 4-part series. This is number 4. So if you want to catch the first ones, don't forget to go ahead and just go to the website. We got the links to all the actual episodes there. But this is number 4 of a series. And if you want, Daphne, let's go ahead and maybe just read the question.
Yes.
And we'll get things set up.
This was actually taken from one of the platforms that we are a part of, and someone had asked the question, or made the statement, said, my husband is just the Bible. Everything in the Bible, he says, is the total truth. He is so closed-minded. He doesn't believe in NDEs or spiritual encounters. He says that the devil is trying to control me. I wish I was with someone who shared my beliefs. I just love reading and hearing about NDEs. Thank you for sharing all your beautiful stories.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Now, we have some comments here from different people around the world who have actually responded to this person's statement.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and just take the first one right here. It says that I've learned that you do not mess with someone's faith because it's their faith. And because who are we, mere humans, to discount and or judge such things? I'm sure there are also many things in the universe that we cannot understand and may only understand when we cross over.
Yes, very true, very true. I mean, that is one thing that we have to be very mindful of is, trying to, condemn or judge someone else's beliefs or the way they're living their life. I mean, it is their life, their walk. Who is anyone to condemn or judge another in their walk?
I like that, yeah. And we get that a lot. In fact, a majority of these responses said the same thing. That, just one of the things we have to understand is that we're all in this together and that we're all at different levels of growth.
Yes.
It's one big garden, but everything's coming out at different times. And
Yes, everything blooms at different times.
Yeah.
Even in our world around us, we as humans are the same way.
Right, right. So everything in its time. And if someone has a certain belief system, it's all it is. It's just a belief system. It's nothing to get upset. Do you get upset because of what kind of cereal they eat in the morning? Do you get upset because of what kind of shirt they wear in the morning? I mean, why is it that people want to get so upset because of a belief system? Why do people want to go to war or even kill each other or hate each other or bash each other because of a belief system?
Right, that's trying to be in control of someone else's life, someone else's destiny.
Exactly. You can't do that.
We don't control one another.
That's
We
not why
love
we're
one
here.
another.
Exactly. You have to love and let live. Harm none.
That's right, that's right. And I like the way this person brought it out too. There are so many things in the universe that we can't understand or probably even comprehend.
I know. There's things even in this world they're discovering daily that blows my mind. We watch stuff regularly, Daphne. There's even lots of phenomena that's going around all around the world that's very unexplainable. That's happening right here, all around us. There's things happening. So we're clueless. We can't even answer the things that's happening.
Paranormal activity going on in the world
Absolutely.
is amazing right now, and it's just confirming for me that my belief from childhood is that we are not alone here.
No, we're not.
We are not the only highly intelligent creation in the world, in the universe.
Are we even really highly intelligent? I mean, think about the way we
according
act.
to some of my readings,
We can't even solve our basic problems. I mean, you got millions of people die around the world annually. But daily, what, thousands?
Yeah.
You've got crime. You've got the wars, the violence, the hatred, the just the.
We are, according to a lot of the conversations books, we are a primitive. We are a very young world. So
in the big picture.
in the big picture, we are very young, very primitive, and still learning. But we are growing.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel good that we are growing, and it's going to take each one of us to be that light in the world, to share that love with everyone, to advance our society.
Yep. It does start with each and every one of us.
Yes.
Yeah. Every forest starts with one tree. Very good. Very good. Would you like to take the next comment there?
We really cannot force our views upon others. They will slowly but surely find their way to the truth in their own time.
Okay, this really kind of sounds almost verbatim this one we just read previously. It really kind of reinforces that you have to let everybody believe what they want to believe.
Yes, exactly. I mean, and that's, I can remember when I wasn't doing anything spiritually, just growing my family and everything, and hadn't got into religion or anything yet. I had people condemning me for not doing anything. You got to do this, you got to do that, or you're going to die, you're going to burn. And it's like, who are you? To condemn.
Does that encourage you to go to their church, or does it make you like push you further away? I mean, what does it do?
Yeah. And eventually, I was like, okay, I'll come. You do it reluctantly. You don't do it wholeheartedly. And when you do things, you need to.
You should be searching spirituality because it's something that you want, not because somebody wants you to do it.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. Everyone in their own time, their own search, their own advancement. Yeah. It's everything in its time.
Right. Very good. Well, that really does kind of sound like the same one we just did. So the main takeaway of these guys is really just, you feel free to share, if you want to share things like that and let others share what they want to share, but it can't be enforced in any kind of way, or it's either this or, when it starts putting the demands and the commands and the repercussions if you don't do this or whatever, then you'd have to question, what's going on.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And you see this repeatedly throughout these 4 episodes, is most people saying, don't try to change someone else's faith. Let them be who they are. The truth is going to resonate as it resonates and come to forefront as it does.
Yeah, I remember they said the more or the harder you try, in most cases, the harder people are going to resist.
Yeah, they're going to grip on even tighter, and then walls go up.
Yeah,
Erecting
so-
walls to hide behind.
And if you really love everybody, guys, if you love, then just, approach things with love. If you really love the Bible, don't use it as a weapon. Use it with the love that it shares to share that love with others, but don't use it as a weapon.
Right.
All right, I'll take the next one. It says that by the time it was in the quote-unquote King James Version of the Bible, which people thinks is the Bible. People don't know. It's okay. They just don't know. Okay, by the time it was in the King James Version of the Bible, it was written and edited and transcribed and sanitized and changed and translated by multiple people with multiple agendas multiple times. Your husband's probably not going to research that and then learn several ancient languages and then study the Dead Sea Scrolls and learn the ancient Essenes doctrine and teachings and how they lived. You could allow that he is just where he is on his spiritual journey, and you may not be spiritually in the same space. Live what you feel drawn to and live your truth. He has his own spiritual path, and you have yours. In living your spiritual life fully, you will both gain. Nice.
Well said. Yeah, and basically it is the same, just put a little differently, response as most people have been saying to this.
Yeah.
And that's the harmony in it. That's coming from spirit, because when there's this many comments saying the same thing just in different ways,
Right.
that's a truth.
It is the truth. Yeah, because it resonates.
Yes.
Well, let's break this one down, Daphne. This has quite a few goodies in it, I notice here. Let's start with the Bible itself. How
many times
we've
it's
mentioned
been
the
changed?
King James Version, the KJV. Yeah, there are so many people out there, and I know years ago when I was in the ministry work, there were people out that I met and just talked to and came across, throughout my years of the ministry work, that they will fight and defend that the King James Version is the one that was directly handed down by God himself.
Oh, yeah.
The King James Version is the Bible. And they don't realize this is something that's been translated and transcribed and rewritten and, re-edited and stuff for, thousands of years before, it was ever
Right.
produced.
And not just any KJV Bible, but the authorized King James.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, they had to authorize it, too.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's their walk. That's their belief on it. I want to go a little deeper into this. Most people do not do this. There's a lot out there that do, but I like the way this person brought it out. It's probably not going to research that about the KJV and then learn several languages or about the Essenes doctrines and teachings or the Dead Sea Scrolls. These things right here that these people are mentioning are things that you and I have done.
That's right.
Throughout our walk to be where we are right now, to be spiritually enlightened and be able to share this knowledge with others.
This person gets it.
Exactly, yeah. So
like it's saying here, you have to understand, guys, when you get to that level, and you'll know it as you grow, if you're stuck in a box, this is the only way, then you're not going to grow. You're only going to go so far. However, once you start to grow, just set the box aside and keep on moving, keep on growing, keep on going. You'll have to sooner or later question whether or not, what is the foundation of your belief system? If the Bible is your belief system, beautiful, perfect. That's the perfect example. The Bible's a beautiful book. It has beautiful, life-changing, life-growing things in it. I'll be the first to tell you that, and the first, to let you know I've experienced myself, and so many others have. Okay, so that's fine. Now, you also have to understand that when you get to a certain level of spirituality, you want to question whether or not what you're doing is actually bringing you closer to everybody
or separating you.
Is there some kind of sense of division, because of what you believe? So the first thing you want to do, if you are basing your whole life on a book, okay, like I said, it's fine. you're going to have to, sometime sooner or later, you're going to have to find out where that book came from. Who wrote that book, or what's that book about, or is that book really true? What's the story of that book? Has that book been altered? Has it been changed, like this person said, multiple times for multiple agendas? Well, if you find out that the Bible has been tampered with, and it has, you can't tell that to a baby, what we would call a baby Christian or a baby spiritual person. They won't understand that comment. Right. But the mature spiritual people will know. The Bible, it's a beautiful book, has beautiful sayings in it, and you can learn a lot, but it's not the one and all. It's not. No, there are tons and tons of beautiful spiritual books around the world. I think there's like over 400 and something that I'm aware of. I don't know the other, what that something is, but I think over 400, like spiritual books of all religions, the great religions of the world, and it's not just that. But anyway, you have to understand, where that came from. And then, like it says here, are you willing to do the research into, you say, like learning ancient languages? I mean, that's what we had to do. I learned the Greek, you learned the Hebrew. Mm-hmm. We had to break off and start getting to these actual roots of where all this stuff was coming from. Okay. Now, this person brings out here, have you learned and studied like the Dead Sea Scrolls? Let me ask you this. What do you know about the ancient Essenes doctrine and teachings? This person asks about here. When you learn the Essenes, to me, was one of the most life-changing things that I had to learn about.
Yeah, the gospel of peace.
Yes. So when you learn about the Essenes, okay, that's Essenes, okay? The Essenes, that's what Jesus was. He was of let's say that they say he was of. So we got to be careful with that. I don't want to speak in absolute here, but a lot of evidence suggests, should I say, that the Jesus of history, okay, Yeshua, that he and his family, his mother and his father, were all somehow associated with the Essenes. Mm-hmm. Okay, the Essenes were a very highly spiritually evolved people, and they lived a very strict, godly life, and that oneness. And anything you can do some research on the Essenes, it will bring you closer to who the real Jesus was as well. So
the Gospel of Peace, the book covers the life and teachings of the Essene lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And then the Gospel of the Nazarenes mentions that as well, and goes deeper into the teachings of the Jesus of history.
Yeah, of the Essenes, So what a lot of people don't understand is that the Essenes, see, Jesus was an Essene, so they say, but a lot of people don't know is that Jesus was a Nazarite. Okay, a Nazarite, you were under the law to not shave your head, not shave off your beard, not drink alcohol, not eat animal flesh, and it goes on and on. It's right there in the scriptures. You can look it up. So keep this in mind. He was a Nazarite, okay, of the Essenes. And from what I understand, this is where we get Nazarene, okay? Jesus, he was called Jesus the Nazarene, okay? Not that he was from a place called Nazareth, okay, because Nazareth, from what I understand, didn't even exist around that time, archaeologically speaking and historically speaking, from what I understand. So Jesus was a Nazarite of the Essenes, and that's where we get the word, the Nazarene. That's some trivia for you that a lot of people don't know about. So if you ever hear, talk about that, or if you've ever heard him called Jesus the Nazarene, in fact, in the Bible, they were not called Christians. They were called the sect of the Nazarenes. All right? Christianity did not exist until, I want to say, 380 is when it became officially an actual religion, okay? But it was kind of started propagated and putting together in its early stages way back, I want to say, in a lot of the earlier councils and stuff. So
yeah. And then back to the comment, I really appreciate the way this person said it. That allow that the husband, he is on his spiritual journey, and you may not be in the same place spiritually. Live what you feel drawn to and live your truth. That goes for each and every single one of us.
That's right. And if you let that be your guide, in other words, let everybody be, then you won't need religion.
Thank you.
You won't need books. You don't need them now. You just need to learn how to live and act like a human being instead of, some kind of just out of control, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to even call you an animal because, I see animals act way better than humans, a lot of them. So, okay. Any final comments on that one, Daphne, before we move on?
No, that's all I had on that one.
All right, perfect. Would you like to take the next one there?
So I grew up with that ideology, but I've always been a questioner. The family's answers made no sense to me. I have had my own spiritual paranormal experiences, and there are dark spirits that do fool people with pretending to be ghosts of dead relatives. I would never try to summons dead loved ones, but there are benevolent, natural things happening in this realm too. Listen to your gut. I can't imagine that God or our Creator would allow people to be deceived by evil spirits when they're having near-death experiences. That seems so cruel. Also, I can't believe how many people swear that every word in the Bible is true. Humans are always trying to control other humans with lies, such as our present time. Why would we believe everything written in the Bible when it was written by numerous humans? I'm sure much of it is true, but come on.
I didn't know until I really started looking into it myself. The Bible is loaded with contradictions. That's not any disrespect to the Bible. Like I said, there is the word in it, but if it was from God, the all-powerful, all-knowing, omniscient, omnipresent, everything, knowing all, there would not be one iota of a mistake in that.
I know, and when I was in the church, when I was heavily into the Bible, like the woman was from this comment was saying her husband's just Bible. I was that way at one time. And when I was thoroughly into this, you could tell me there was contradictions in the Bible and I'd say, show me. And nobody could ever show me.
Even if they showed you.
Right. And, but once I came out of the church and really started researching, and I started finding contradiction upon contradiction that I did not see. It just wasn't time for my enlightened bulb to be turned on. Yeah. But it finally turned on, and it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, you name it, it's in there. There's many contradictions.
Yeah. And like this person says, I'm sure much of it is true, but come on.
Yes.
How much of it is true? Can I ask you, pardon the interruption, can I ask you or anybody out there, can you tell me how much, give me a percentage, how much of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation would you say is true? I bet I've asked 100 people and I'd get 100 different answers.
Oh, yeah,
Just
most
saying.
definitely.
So.
And I was going to say that when you become enlightened, when you become awake, if you still read your Bible, which I do still read it, I literally can discern the writings of the church and man as compared to those truths that are in there from spirit.
Yeah.
You can really define the two.
You can.
That your intuition, your gut lets you know. And nowadays it's like, oh, that's not true, but oh, this is, So you just have to read it with the different glasses on.
Yeah, and it'll resonate. Yeah, I remember we were talking about that earlier on another episode. So, yeah, just if the Bible brings you to your higher, what you're seeking right now, by all means, do it. Go for it, But be careful to defend something that you don't really know. If you want to defend it as the one and all, then you really know, go for it. But once you start searching and once you start really looking into it, once you start looking into the history of the Bible, start looking into the history of the church, the history of Christianity, the history of these religions, you're gonna end up in the same place where everybody else who started where you're at ended up. If you were sincere.
Yeah, and you'll grow so much more. I mean,
God, you can't even imagine.
I mean, speaking from my own experience, I have, and I love the fact that I don't feel that stagnation that I was feeling in every church that I ever attended, every, denomination that I went to, even in the Jehovah's Witnesses. I would grow so much, and then just boom, I was stagnant. I was just feeling down and depressed. I couldn't grow. But once I came out of those, oh my gosh, it's like I grow daily.
I know.
I love it.
You're broken free from
The
bonds
truth
of
shall set you free.
That's right. That's right. Well, let's go right on along here. This next one says that one thing I have come to believe is that while people may depart from the spiritual beliefs of mainline denominations, in their eyes, we have adopted a new religion, which makes them quite uncomfortable. I wish I had a solution to your situation. I can only say that you should be able to have and practice your beliefs, and they should too. Unfortunately, some denominations actually coach their members to verbally give them, quote-unquote, correction and instruction, confront their current members to discourage rejection of their faith, or also to quickly socially reject them from membership, much like shunning. I've heard of, in fact, I know for a fact there are quite a few religions out there that do that. First one comes to my mind is the J-Dubs on shunning.
Yeah, and the
They'll
Catholics.
shut you out in a heartbeat.
You know, I can remember with you saying that. I can remember when I finally came out of the J-Dubs and was doing the research on this, that the witnesses were condemning the Catholic Church for shunning. And then, a year or two later, they picked up the practice of that to control their masses. So when you do the research on any religion, if you have any kind of enlightenment, any need for spiritual growth, you're going to see these truths, and it's going to resonate, and you will become enlightened. You will grow as a soul.
Yeah. And always keep in mind, every religion has a beginning. Because they're all man-made institutions. They're all man-made constructs. Religions have nothing to do with the Creator.
And religion isn't taking mankind where we intended it to go.
Right.
Because we're still killing one another. We're still doing all these horrible things to each other in the name of religion.
Yeah. Most wars in history have been fought due to religion.
Right. So we need to get religion out of the picture, because from what we understand from every NDE, the religion per se, quote unquote, does not carry over, that it is only the love that's on the other side.
Right. And if your religion teaches and shares with you how to love others, and that you are to love, and teaches you how to love others and how to share that love with others, and then, keep doing what you're doing. That's what it's all about, because they're very good, loving people all around the world that do have their faith, that do have their religions, and that's their belief system, And so keep in mind, let everybody be who they need to be so they can grow, and love them for who they are, not for what they do.
Exactly.
That's the challenge with human beings.
When we can come to a point where we realize our own divinity and the unity in the world that can become when you love, that we have to realize that we're one with every single thing in the world, from the heavens to the earth and everything upon it. That's when you're going to truly grow. And the Bible says to be of one mind. Jesus' own words, be of one mind. So,
good point. Yeah.
Or was it Paul quoting Jesus? I don't remember. But I do remember it said be of one mind. So
yeah. Well, that's the key. If what you do brings you to that oneness, that closer to the oneness, and does not separate you and throw you into that duality of us against them.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So, well, it looks like we've got time for a couple of more here, Daphne. Let's see. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and take the next one here, we'll go ahead and knock these last couple out while we're here.
Okay, so ask him how he is able to verify with 100% certainty that everything in the Bible was written by God himself, and how can he prove that every letter resonates with 100% truth and love. The Bible was written by many different men, rewritten, edited, and books were removed by the Catholic Church over the course of thousands of years.
Okay, here goes another one that's really supporting with this whole series and episode has been about, pretty much. Here's the thing, guys, like I said, the Bible's fine if that's what you want to believe and what you want to teach and preach, but if you're ready to back it up, because what's going to happen if you really believe in and support the Bible, if you're going to go up against people that's got a lot more experience, it's not going to be good. They can destroy your faith if everything is in the Bible without you doing your research on the Bible, if that makes any sense. Let that Bible be used as a source of goodness, a source of love, a source of guiding and teaching you to do right, to be the best person that you can be, but do not use that Bible as a sword. That's what religion does.
What is a sword?
It's a weapon. Weapons destroy.
Exactly.
Well, I like this here. Ask anybody of any religion, really, I guess, but in this particular episode or this comment about the Bible. This guy saying, "Oh, the Bible's it. Bible, Bible, Bible. You're the devil. The devil's making you do this, and these near-death experiences. Oh, that's just the devil doing this. No.
Right.
Ask them. Okay, perfect. Well, let me ask you. Can you verify with 100% certainty that every single thing in the Bible was written by God Himself? Okay, and can you prove that? Can you? No. Who can? You can't.
Exactly.
Okay, so now you're putting everything about your whole belief system, your whole faith in something that you can't even back up. Now we've got a problem. You're not going to grow. You may be feeling good. You may think you're doing good. It may be helping you, but you're not going to get to that level where you need to be. You're not.
Right.
It's going to take some really opening up, and and that's what we hear a lot of here about. Like this person says, like many have said, the Bible was written by many different men, rewritten, edited, books removed, books added. When you start looking into all the councils and how all this stuff was brought together,
yeah.
and
it's deep, yeah.
They destroyed the really good writings.
That.
They destroyed a lot of good ancient belief systems and doctrines that they don't even teach anymore. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to ask them. Yeah, that's the key. Just really, if it's something you believe in, perfect, but be able to back it up. All right, beautiful. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up, Daphne. We've got one more here. If you would like to take that last comment, and we'll go ahead and wrap things up.
Okay. So it says, your husband is locked within his own fishbowl. He may awaken to his spirituality at some point. That point may not be this life. He may have to come back a few times for more education. Just love him and accept him and understand that he is not as far along in his education as you are.
Okay. Well,
at different levels of spirituality. We are
really
all on a
is.
different level.
Yeah. The challenge we have with most people, and especially religious-minded, especially liberalism and fundamentalism, say like Christianity, but they're so still trapped, closed-minded. You're wasting your time even talking to them. You can't even talk. You can't, because they are. Hey, it's this or nothing.
Right. And you think about getting get a different preacher or anybody that have different beliefs, get them all together for a conference and set each one of them down. You're going to end up in a fight.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen. I've seen videos on this. They come together in peace to discuss their beliefs and how they've grown and everything, and they all end up fighting and arguing and just tearing each other apart.
Yeah.
What
kind of unity is that?
Right. There's no unity in it. So that tells me that that's not of source.
Right. That tells me, like this person says, they say your husband is locked within his own fish bowl. Well, guess what? Everybody's in their own fish bowl. They need to drop the bowl and break the glass and jump back into the ocean of humanity and reality.
Yeah.
Get out of your fish bowl, guys. Jump back into the ocean of reality.
Yeah. Kick that box that you're in away. Burn the box. Get rid of the walls that you have erected around you. Break them down and grow. Become one with everything and everyone around you so that you will feel alive like you've never felt before.
Yeah. So you don't have to stay in a fishbowl. Get out of the fishbowl, guys. Get out of the fishbowl. So, like they say, it says that he may awaken, to his spirituality. I love this. he may awaken to his what? His spirituality at some point. So I like that one sentence because that tells you right there that is that difference between religion and spirituality. This guy's very religious.
Yes.
In fact, he's hardcore. He's so religious that he's not even willing to listen to anybody's beliefs. His own wife's beliefs. He's willing to dog her out, to put her down, to even call her the devil, or that she's influenced by the devil. Come on, man. Come on, guys.
Where's the love in that?
There's no love. So there's no spirituality. Okay, we have to understand. Spirituality is going to be the highest form that you can grow to as a human. Okay, religion is just different, methods that people use to get to those different levels. So this person says that he may come to a spirituality at some point. It may not even be this life. He may have to come back a few other times for more education. Of course, that's kind of like, touching base on maybe like reincarnation and things like that. We've heard episodes where, remember that one guy, he had to come back like 800 times just to conquer his jealousy.
Yeah, 800 lifetimes.
800 lifetimes, so who am I to say? It may take all of us if we're on different levels. I don't know. That's bigger than me. So I'll know when I get there. That's all I can say about that, But here's the closing line, guys. Like this person says, and we'll close with this. Just love him, okay, and accept him. And understand, okay, that we are all in this together, and we're all at different levels of education. Okay, you, me, him, her, us, all of us.
Yes.
The secret is love.
That is the whole heart of that sentence.
You can believe any belief. You can be a part of any religion. The key is love. If you're loving, go for it.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, and it's the perfect closing.
Just love.
It's just love. Yeah. So, Miss Daphne, any closing comments?
Just love. That was the perfect ending. Yes.
Yeah.
And what a perfect way to end this little segment of 4 episodes that we've done.
That's right. In fact, there's your answer from the NDE World hosts. Love.
Yes.
So what do? You love. And if you love, then you can overlook people, and plus you can also deal with their missiles and swords and stuff they're shooting and throwing at you.
Mm-hmm.
But that love covers all things. So that's a good way to go ahead and wrap it up, I think.
That's right.
Yeah. With that thought in mind, guys, we love you all. Okay. And don't forget to go to the NDE.world website for more information. May peace be with you all. Until next time.
Y'all let your light shine.
For information about the NDE World Podcast, visit NDE.world. That's NDE.world.